Are Blackheart farmer mules still worth making in Maplestory 2025? With the release of X Lotus and the introduction to the new Total Control Heart, Blackheart farmers have definitely been controversial whether or not you should be making them. And in today's video, we're going to explain everything and tell you why you should or shouldn't make a Blackheart farmer. Now, a Blackheart farmer is essentially a character that runs Hard Lotus every week in hopes that it receives a Blackheart from the loot room. Now, you can maximize your odds of getting a Blackheart by getting drop gear, using a Legion luck, wealth potion, etc. Now, why would people want to make Blackheart farmer mules? Because Blackheart is one of the best pitch boss items you can get in Maplestory, believe it or not. I know so many people who look at a Blackheart and they're like, this is the worst pitch, it expires in 21 days. And yes, that is true that it does expire, but believe it or not, it is actually one of the best pitch boss items and gives around a 6 final damage and upwards of 9 final damage if you are hitting the 7 and 9 set thresholds. This item is absolutely amazing. Do not sleep on this item. I'm telling you, especially if you are a mid or late game player. I know it gets misconstrued so much whether or not this item is good. People just throw it away. They don't even want it. They give it to their friends. They give it to people who they're bossing with. They don't even want to pick up this item. Make sure you pick up these items. Now, let's go into the pros and cons quick of making Blackheart farmer mules. Now, the pros are as followed. This is going to help with the new Legion champion system, as Hard Lotus is going to be the first boss on that new Legion champion system, and it is going to net you some decent stats. These mules are going to also net you more money per week. If you go up to easy lucid, they're gonna make you around 2 bill, and ideally this is gonna take you around 30 minutes. This is going to make your main much stronger because it's going to get you the black hearts, and it's also going to allow you to maintain the strength you get from these black hearts and not let it expire after the 21-day duration. Another pro is it also allows you to play other characters. This can be fun for a lot of other people, but going into our cons, it makes you play other characters, which I know can be a major turnoff for a ton of players. They don't want to fund a character, they want to play their main, they don't want to go on this journey of creating this stronger character, wasting their time, and it takes time away from their main. Now, this is also going to take up a lot more time per week. You're going to be bossing longer, and in the process of making this Hard Lotus farmer, it is going to just take up more and more of your time. This is also going to cost a decent amount of money, but not too much if you pick the right class, and we're going to get into that later in this video as well. Now, those are the pros and cons, but I definitely think the pros will always outweigh the cons. If you are going to be making a Blackheart farmer, what is the best way to do so? So what I would personally do is I would only level these things on events to 230, or you can go all the way to 250 if you feel like it. I would take advantage of using hyper burns, EXP voucher coupons, champion burning that we have going on right now that is actually perfect for making a Hard Lotus bossing mule. I would only Star Force them on events, which conveniently this weekend is actually a 5, 10, 15. I would take advantage of those and shining Star Forces. I would be cheap and settle at lower tier stars. Settle on 21 on these things, or if you can, settle on 18 and 19. And lastly, play OP classes for these Blackheart farmer mules. What are classes that I recommend? I recommend playing classes like Bowmaster, Marksman, Wind Archer, Nightwalker, classes that do a ton of damage and are super easy to learn. This is pretty much the same thing as a Legion champion mule, but on a way lower level. You're not going to want to take time to learn this class. You're just going to want to do a ton of damage, get in the boss, break that box open, see if you get a Blackheart, and move on to the next boss. Now, when should you be making Blackheart farmers? Because obviously, if you are early game, your main probably doesn't even kill Hard Lotus. So, of course, you don't have to worry about this. But what time should you potentially start making Blackheart farmers? I would start making Blackheart farmers once all of your gear is at 22 stars, real 3-line, fake 3-line pots, and you are in that phase of you're looking for gains, but you don't want to giga min max and go for double primes and 23 stars. So that point in the game would be around late game or entering into the end game. Now, how many black card farmers do you need to make? Because X Lotus is a thing and it can drop that total control. Now, let's say you get a total control on your main. These mules are not going to go to waste because of course we have the new Legion champion system coming and you can put the black cards on those. But let's say you never get a total control and you're like me. How many black card farmers would you ideally want to make? The sweet spot is around 8. I believe that is permanent uptime. You should be able to permanently upkeep your black cards. I know people with 8 black card farmers that have not stopped wearing a black card for a year and they have like 10 in storage. But make sure if you are making these black card farmers that you are getting drop gear on them. You absolutely need to have a drop gear on these. You need to get Legion drop coupons and you need to get wealth acquisition pots as well for these. Make sure you're optimizing breaking that box because overall you don't want to take all this time to fund a character and then once you get to that loot room you have a no drop rate. Don't slack on the most important part. Make sure you have the drop rate. But to answer the question, are black card farmer mules still worth making in Maplestory 2025? I 100% think that black card mules are most definitely still worth making in 2025. Again, they give around 6 final damage and upwards of 9 final damage if you are hitting those 7 and 9 set thresholds. Do not look at this item as a bad pitch boss item. It is actually one of the best pitch boss items and it doesn't have a chance at booming. Take advantage of this item. This item is so good. Don't give it to your friends. Don't give it to random party members because you think it's bad. It is super good. It is very, very valuable. But I definitely think black card farmers are still worth it. And I think they're easier than ever to make with the events going around, with the buffs that classes are getting, and with just the whole Hard Lotus remaster. I definitely think that these are worth making and you 100% should make them if you have not already started. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I would love to go in depth and do like a total cost breakdown of how much it costs to make a black card farmer mule, just like Jake did with the hard Saren mule. If that's something you guys want to see, let us know down in the comment sections. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.